What is up, guys? This is the other Sean Long. I'm going to show you how to migrate a WordPress website. There is 100 different reasons why you might want to migrate your site to a different domain or whatnot without having to completely reset it up. Now, there's a lot of different plugins out there to really do this, but the one I like to use in particular is Backup Buddy. There very well could be, better plugins out there. I've just used Backup Buddy for years, and it's something I'm familiar with, so I'm going to stick to it. Reason why I'm migrating is we got the site up. We have something that's called a stop word in the domain, which is it's a horrible SEO problem. You don't want to have stop words in your domain. I wanted to really kind of give an example of why this wouldn't rank. It was more so not to show what it would do, but kind of show my staff what it wouldn't do. Okay, so that point has been proven, so we're going to actually migrate it over to the to otherseanlong.com, and I'm going to take you on that journey with me. So when doing the Backup Buddy, and I'll have a link for Backup Buddy in there. What we're going to do is we're going to go in here. I'm actually going to skip all this, skip Setup Wizard for now, because you can actually log in stuff like that. You have the ability to do a database backup or a full and complete backup. So let's look at the settings, because I'm actually on a cPanel server, which means I have other websites on this server, and I might have to exclude some other options. So let's just take a peek in here and make sure it's not in there. Okay, so we see the root file. Everything is as it should be. I don't see any other of my domains in there and things of that nature. So we're ready to back up. Now, one thing I will tell you about some hosting, uh, GoDaddy, HostGator, a couple other ones, they limit your input output to basically it's 2 megs a second, which this can, for large websites, you can see problem using this backup tool or any backup tool really on that. So that might be something you have to watch out for. So we're going to go ahead and click the complete full backup. You're going to see it prompt. First it'll actually do the database. It'll go through and actually zip up the HTML files, and all this is really doing is it's taking your website and it's kind of compressing it, or kind of balling it all up into a compacted version to be able to transport it. So we've seen that the database goes through. We got 1.3 megs on there. Site's going to go around, so we're going to let that cycle for a couple of seconds. Hello, Brooklyn. How you do? Alexa, what's my flash briefing?
Here's your flash briefing. In weather. Right now in Indianapolis, it's 68 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Throughout the day, you can expect more of the same, with a high of 87 degrees and a low of 73 degrees. In the daily update from TechCrunch,
Facebook is apparently working on its own smart speaker. SoftBank could
Alexa, cancel flash briefing. One thing you can always check too is over here on the status log. It will kind of show you what's going on. This is a lot of technical hubbub. All you really need to know is it'll tell you if any errors in there. If you're waiting for server, Pong, ping, waiting for server, Pong server, that's fine. And you see that it's finished 34.91 megs. I'm gonna download this. We're going to put it over here. Now for restore and migrate, this is another reason why I like this particular, is it lets you actually download a PHP file. So I'm going to actually put the password in, password, capital P, and I'm going to download this particular file. And this is how you'll actually install it on the other side. So we have that over here. Okay, now we're going to open up our FTP client. Now there's a variety of different FTP clients out there, and I'll have a segment for it later. Let's see here. Boom. Okay. Diddy diddy bop bop is the name of that particular one. So when we're in the FTP client, we're going to go into public HTML. You see I have just a variety of different sites in here. We have other Sean Long right here. Boom, boom. And if you don't have that in there, you have to add it on into the add-on domains, which I will do an additional segment about that. So we're going to drop our import buddy PHP file, and then we're going to drop our backup file in there. And while that's actually uploading, we're going to have to create a database. So we're going to go to Home and cPanel. And if this is a little bit more technical for you, you can always email me at s@otherseanlong.com. I'll feel free to help you or reach out on the Facebook page. But if you have a web person, they should be more than well versed. They should definitely know how to do this. This is seems a little bit overwhelming, but it's a pretty standard process. So but there's no such thing as a dumb question. We all have to start somewhere. So just feel free to ask. Feel free to post in the comments, and screw anybody that doesn't like it. So we're going to create a database. We'll just put a little bit of crazy stuff. That's a good database name if I've ever seen one. So I'm going to take that before I even save it in there. Put my DB name in there. Use that. So create a database. Alrighty, next thing in creating your database, you actually have to add a user. While I'll set the password, I'm going to do it over here. You'll forgive me. Alright, so we will now create said user. And when that's done being created, it's not complete yet. We have one more step. We actually have to add the user to the database. You'll then set which permission level that they have. You want to give all privileges, and there you go. So we'll go over here and look back. Okay, we have that up. Okay, the simple way to install this is we're just going to go to otherseanlong.com, and the file name is importbuddy.php. So we're going to type import buddy, .php, and if done properly, this will bring you to a screen that shows you this particular login, which we set the password earlier. So we'll put in the password. Don't need to save that. So we have restore backup. We'll put files and databases. Boom, restore backup. Now what this is going to do is start unzipping the file on your server, kind of putting it in the right places. And in the moment when it gets done doing that, it's going to need for us to put the database information that we had earlier to attach the new database to the website. Want to keep it at localhost. Database name was the hodgepodge of numbers and letters, the hash as we call it. Username was other Sean Long. Database prefix will keep the same at WP. And I will now insert the password. And then we'll press next step. And if done properly, you'll see the restoring database, because it's now mapping the old database onto the new one. And the old domain, is, if you remember, had the word "the" in it, whereas this one doesn't. So what this will now do is go through the entire site, replace any of the URLs with "the" to the new domain. So we'll hit that. And then down here, it's done. You'll see where it'll actually delete the backup file, delete the import tools and all the other stuff that you put on the server to do the cleanup. Now, one key that you have to have is you have to make sure that you know what your user and login for the WordPress site was on the old one, because that will be the new one. That'll be how you get into this one as well. And there you go. I've successfully migrated my WordPress site over to a new URL. Hope this helps. You stay classy, interwebs.